Alright you guys, today I'm going to show you how to do a pivot turn. First things first, so I'm going to get into some gear. That's better. Alright, first things first. To be able to do a pivot turn, you guys got to know how to do a clutch up first. So make sure you know how to get that wheel up with clutch and throttle control before you move on to the next step. Talk about body positioning, where to have your feet before I actually start the bike. So you guys want to get up on the bike. What I always do to help is kind of turn the front wheel in a tiny bit. I have my toe, point your toe where you want to go. You see that foot, you guys? It's pointed out. When you go to do the pivot, you do not want to have your foot here. You want to have it in the direction that your wheel is going, okay? So next step is using our suspension. So the bike is currently off. So we want to drive our weight right down through the pegs, okay? So practice this before you get ready to turn the bike on. I'm 5'2". I'm on a TE 300i. It's lowered 1 inch all around, and I do have a low seat. So it does help with size, but when you have a log to support your leg, you guys can be small and still get this technique dialed, okay? So I always turn the front wheel, as I said, and I kind of lean my body into it, because when you're doing a clutch up, you're staying straight. And when you go to do a pivot, as that wheel comes up, you're kind of looking this way and turning your shoulder, and the bike will follow. Eventually, the rear wheel is going to make contact with the log, so you got to make sure the throttle's on until that rear wheel makes contact with the log to push you off. Then you're going to pull the clutch in, okay? So one added tip, you guys, rear brake. As I compress, my front toe is actually on the rear brake. It just helps keep the bike in one spot without moving forward. The next step is, as I actually come off the brake, that's when I'm going to give it a tiny bit of throttle and pop the clutch. It's a very quick transition. So you're basically compressing, rear brake on. As you let off that rear brake, you're already rolling onto your throttle and dumping your clutch. So in that split second, those front forks want to rebound, you're already on the gas. Those springs are coming up, get on the gas. So I'm going to do a modified version just to kind of get you to hear that sound when I let off the brake, that timing on the clutch and throttle, okay? So it's brake, let off the brake,